Ready to go for Fallen in this matchup, also based on the bans. And we already have the resources. Let's turn on Allied colors and we will be watching from MaCrOzerg's perspective, playing as blue Fallen in the bottom left corner. And then we have SoulsKeeper in the top right corner as red Fallen here. Seems like MaCrOzerg will be going for a quick expansion with his summoner. As you can see, he's not building Deformer. He's going for quick control form, queuing up a second harvester, and now he will probably place down his expansion. Or maybe he's going for a front base, okay. So it seems like he will delay his buildings a little bit, but he will build a front base, which might be valuable in the long term. SoulsKeeper is going for a little bit more back base. He's closing it back here instead of protecting his expansion, which might be harder for him to expand later, but he should have his soldiers and the whole infrastructure a little bit sooner than MaCrOzerg, so that might also pay off if the game is a little bit quicker. MaCrOzerg already finished his Deformer, now he's waiting for his resources, maybe still thinking about that expansion. Seems like that, which is an interesting build order, to build the Deformer first. Now he goes for the Dark Fortress. He's also getting some extra wood, probably for a tower. Now he's going for a control form, probably wants to queue up one harvester, but he's actually going for second summoner first, so he can keep this population for later. SoulsKeeper already producing first stingers. He has one AFK summoner here, probably waiting for his resources for either Incubator or Soul's Trap. And he's going for Incubator. MaCrOzerg finally placing down his first hive, while SoulsKeeper's stingers are already roaming the map. MaCrOzerg is 6 population behind, but his expansion is already 50% HP. And seems like he will be not fully blocking it here. You can still squeeze your stingers through this small area. And maybe even through here, but definitely big units won't be able to get through this area. Of course, until they destroy the buildings there. He's spamming more harvesters for now. Actually, second summoner here. I think you can still squeeze your stingers through this area, but he fully blocked it on the north side of this base. Unless you can go through these trees, I'm not exactly sure about that. Some stingers of SoulsKeeper still sitting at home. Incubator will be finished now, and the stinger is finally coming here. I think he already scouted both other expansions. Fortunately for him, MaCrOzerg spawned on the other side of the map, and he's already finishing his tower. So I think MaCrOzerg will definitely get this expansion safely, without any major problems. There is no rush or push from SoulsKeeper, he's just keeping his soldiers at home, while not even going for the expansion or anything really. He's going for Cocoon, obviously wants to probably do some Hive Stinger harassment or even Hive Guards. But MaCrOzerg can probably get to that really quickly as well. He just needs to finish the tower here. And also this is fully protected, so SoulsKeeper doesn't even know if there is an expansion or not. He will need to get the flying units to scout that, because he cannot push this through the tower or anything to actually scout this. So the only way of actually finding out if there is an expansion is with the flying units. But he saw basically a full wall, so I think he could build an expansion now. And we saw MaCrOzerg is not scouting at all. Now he's going for Incubator. Pretty interesting positioning. Not too sure about that. Obviously the trees are pretty close to this Dark Fortress anyway, so he doesn't really need to use it for wood, but obviously it's totally useless here in terms of positioning for wood. He's just using it to unlock more buildings and units here, and upgrades. But he's also making Soul's Trap at the exact same time. Now finally sending at least one scout of his town to see what's happening on the map. SoulsKeeper is going for third hive. He's getting Hive Guards. Okay, so no flying stingers at least for now. He's investing into Hive Guards and he'll probably try some harassment, which might be actually quite effective because MaCrOzerg doesn't have any anti-air. He has only this one tower. His Incubator is not even finished yet. Now he plays one tower here as well, but it's not gonna protect the harvesters down here. He placed a third hive in the back as well, to definitely get another tower here. But Hive Guards are finished from SoulsKeeper, but he's not using them, so he's losing just some time now without really achieving anything by that, so I'm not too sure about that. I think he should fix that really quickly. Tower finally being placed down, but not the best position, I would say. It's not gonna protect the harvesters on gems later. We see Valkakun as well. SoulsKeeper going for a deformer finally in the front. Hive guards also moving, but still so far away, and then they won't be able to get through the towers. MaCrOzerg is not producing harvesters for a second here. He has only 4 on gold in each base. Also now not producing here, so he's losing some resources, but still he has an expansion, so overall he should have better income. But he's not fully using the advantage he has in terms of income that he could use. They're only producing stingers, Valkakun not finished yet. So yeah, he will just have to rely on the towers here. SoulsKeeper totally skipping the first base, but there are also towers here. We'll see if he figures out that he can also rest from here, or if he will just AFK there. Yeah, seems like he's just retreating. Stingers finally moving, but to be honest, they have no chance to push it against so many towers. And now he's going for Metamorphosis, so possibly he wants to drop somewhere, but there are already 2 towers in the expansion. And main base is also quite well protected. MaCrOzerg is already winning on population as well, while having so bigger town with so much more infrastructure and towers. Another Hive Guard taking unnecessary damage here. So no expansion placed by SoulsKeeper. MaCrOzerg will scout it now. And MaCrOzerg also started making his own Hive Guards and also some Spitters. So now he should be totally fine. He's getting movement speed buff for Hive Guards, investing some gems into quality of life upgrades. And we'll see what happens here. MaCrOzerg is going for some move with his Hive Guards, getting another armor upgrade in the incubator. Tough Crepice for 1 armor buff for Hive Guards and Stingers, and also Spitters. SoulsKeeper preparing for a push with his flying Hive Stingers. These Hive Guards of MaCrOzerg will not be at home to protect against that, but I think MaCrOzerg should still not have any major problems defending this, even though this base will probably not be able to defend it on its own. There are only few Stingers, yeah, 9 and 1 tower. Probably doesn't even have grasp on his harvesters. We also see Hall of Whispers from MaCrOzerg, so potentially he wants to make some Void Walkers, which actually kinda makes sense against this kind of composition. And now SoulsKeeper going for the push. I think he will drop down with his Stingers, but maybe he wants to damage the enemy Stingers first. But he allowed the harvesters to run away, and now of course MaCrOzerg will save them. One will maybe die, but overall this seems definitely like GG. He's also getting harassed at home. He doesn't even have any towers there, and his soldiers to protect it. MaCrOzerg is building another base. SoulsKeeper actually kinda killing some army of MaCrOzerg here, but even finished the tower. Yeah, but he will be forced away, and this really seems like GG. Even though it also already kinda decided once MaCrOzerg was able to secure his expansion, while SoulsKeeper totally ignored any expanding. My soul didn't fast expand. I mean, he was probably kinda scared that MaCrOzerg is going to rush him, but you can still make the front base here, yeah. You don't really have to build back in here. And then he could expand maybe a little bit later, but he wouldn't be in so big of a disadvantage. But yeah, he decided to go for this. Map is too big. Hi guys, when is my group playing? I mean, I wanted to start with your group, but then MaCrOzerg came here and said that he needs to go back to his work, so he asked me to start with his matchups. So right now we are starting the first group, but since Enya is not here anyways, we will play only 3 games here. And then we can get right back to the second group, and one match is already finished. So that should be pretty much soon. 12 minutes, 30 seconds. We have 20 kills from MaCrOzerg, 15 from SoulsKeeper, reversed losses. Then we have buildings, 4 researches for MaCrOzerg, 2 for SoulsKeeper, and yeah, also we can see the infrastructure. Yeah. Almost double buildings from MaCrOzerg, and resources, yeah, like 3000 gold difference. Not that big of a gems difference, but MaCrOzerg didn't even spend all the gems anyways.